guys, it's Little Lumps Apothecary, and today we're going to make a deodorant with magnesium hydroxide in a stick using mango butter and some aloe oil and some essential oils and a little of a drying mechanism. We're going to use some diatomaceous earth, which you could also use bentonite clay or another clay. Let's do it. Okay guys, in a previous video we've discussed how awesome magnesium hydroxide is as a deodorant. Better than baking soda, not as irritating as baking soda. Dope. Somebody told me about Meow Meow Tweet, which has magnesium hydroxide. That's what's awesome about my Meow Meow Tweet. They have these two flavors, lemon, eucalyptus, and bergamot. They're the only company I've ever seen that you can buy deodorant with magnesium hydroxide. I like that it's biodegradable cardboard, you push up pop, but it's very hard to do. It's also so lotiony. I'm gonna add a little bit more drying mechanism. We're gonna use diatomaceous earth. You could also use arrowroot, but we're gonna use cornstarch because I want it to be drying. And this is a lot like putting lotion in your armpit, and you know, it's very oily, and that's cool, but let's try and make it a little bit more drying, shall we? Basically, you want 1/4 cup of your emollients. You have your magnesium hydroxide antibacterial, right? You could also use baking soda. And then you have your drying agent, which you could use bentonite clay, kaolin clay. I'm going to use diatomaceous earth. And you also got your cornstarch or arrowroot, right? So we got emollient, drying agent, antibacterial, and then you can put your fragrance in there. I'm going to use some essential oils. Okay? Is that confusing? Look in the description for the recipe. Okay? If that's confusing, I understand. Mango butter. Sounds fancy. A lot of mango butter I've used for hair and emollient, kind of like shea butter, which you could also use shea butter, but this holds in solid form more readily. You could also use what is it called? Beeswax. Maybe if you're vegan, you don't want to use beeswax. I'm just going to use mango butter. Other emollients you could use are cocoa butter. But today we're going to get fancy and we're going to use mango butter and aloe vera oil. Put that in a double boiler. I'm going to show you that. We're going to flip the camera around. It's going to be awesome. And we're going to put drying agents, cornstarch, very cheap, cheaper than arrowroot, and magnesium hydroxide. So we're also going to put a little bit of zinc gluconate, gluconate, just for anti-irritant and, you know, any like nicks you might have from shaving. For fragrance today, maybe we'll make one with some peppermint and maybe some clove, something that's a little more cooling. And I also want to make one that's a little more musky, a little more masculine with patchouli and clove. So you can mix and max, make it a little bit more perfumey, a little bit more, not just deodorizing, but the clove in there is really going to help as an antibacterial. Not too much, very little. Let's do it, shall we? I'm excited. I'm putting it in a twist up, and these are going to be, these look pretty solid, like they're not going to drain out the bottom. That's the thing, you don't want it to make it too liquid, too oily, because then it just drains out the bottom. But you also want to be able to pour it. These look like I can reuse them. It's awesome! And just because we're using a botanical cornstarch, I don't want it to mold, because I have Vegicide, I'm going to put 1/2 teaspoon Vegicide. We're not using water, but because cornstarch is a food, I'm going to do that preservative. Okay, guys, let's turn around and check it out. Double boiler. We're going to melt our mango butter and oil. Okay? Whee! Doubling my recipe. It's the mango butter. It's melting fast. 2 tablespoons of aloe oil. Get it a little more emollient. 1 teaspoon Vegicide. Let that melt, y'all. All right, I'm gonna pour about half in. Approximating. And now we're gonna put cornstarch, 1/4 cup for drying, diatomaceous earth, magnesium hydroxide, the main ingredient, as some would say, and our bit of zinc gluconate just for possible healing benefits. Yes. Blending it. I'm scraping it off. I should have used a wider container. Yeah. Yes. Okay, now let's make this one. I want to try Patchouli Helichrysum. I love this patchouli smell. It just smells good. Musky, sort of nice base note to your perfume. Helichrysum, kind of lemony. This one that I got was kind of a cheap brand. And cardamom. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I got patchouli Helichrysum because I got this cheap Helichrysum that smells kind of lemony and kind of floral, high note. And some cardamom. It smells dang good, y'all. I'm gonna put a dash of cinnamon. Okay. It's good. It's subtle. It's not too much. Yay! Vetiver. Ooh, that would be good. But I don't. I don't have any vetiver at the moment. Let us pour it in. Patchouli, nutmeg, helichrysum. Perfect. Oh my gosh. Scrape it in. Delicious. Delicious. Next, I'm gonna pour the rest of this in here, y'all. And we're gonna make a peppermint. And we have our cornstarch, magnesium hydroxide, and we have our 1.5 diatomaceous earth, and our zinc gluconate. Healing properties. Yes, darlings. Yay, what should we put in the peppermint? What? Peppermint. Just a few drops. Nice cooling armpits. A little bit of that clove again, because that's very antibacterial. A few drops. That might be good on its own, just peppermint and clove. With the residual of the other one, it's pretty darn good, yo. Oh yeah, that one's good, because of the little bit of patchouli left from the other ones. Fabulous! It's gonna be nice and drying. You don't have to stick your fingers in your pits, which is enjoyable. Don't get me wrong. Amendment. I just poured the peppermint clove back in because now I want to try adding 2 tablespoons of bentonite clay. This is that green Aztec clay. And I'm just mixing it with this. Screw that other thing. Mix, 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 mix. It's going to be thicker and more antiperspirant drying. No big deal. You can make amendments. I just poured it back in. If it starts to thicken too much, you can always just put it back in the double boiler. It's going to be kind of green and thick. Yeah, I think that's a good amendment. That's going to be pretty nicely drying. That's the annoying part of natural deodorants, is that they're not drying, moisture absorbing, if you will, which clay, starch, arrowroot are certainly that. Pretty neat, eh? Oh my goodness. And then I'm just going to mark them with my huge Sharpie. Peppermint clove. Yeah. Gonna dry solid and be dope. Patchouli, helichrysum, cardamom. So once it's done, they're solidifying, you can just push it up. A push pop. He's coming. See, darlings? Moisture wicking. Smells yummy. It smells like I want to eat it, but I'm not going to. But if I did, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Yeah, guys. So what do you think? We'll put him in a little push pop. Push pop deodorant, darlings. I'm quite pleased. So if you like that video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and let's discuss your experiences with natural deodorant. I'm telling you, magnesium hydroxide is so amazing, and I just wanted to make, a version where you put it in a push pop, and it's a little easier to deal with. Your fingers aren't getting all slimy, and also one that's a little bit more drying. Blah, blah, blah. I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe. Let's discuss natural deodorant and magnesium hydroxide. I'm telling you, you gotta try it, and however you make your own deodorant, if you do. And if you don't, I bet you should try. I bet you're gonna want to try it now. Okay, I'm calm. The end, darlings. The end. Zinc, beeswax, or cacao. No, not cacao. Or cocoa diatomaceous, fourth a cup magnesium. The diatomaceous earth, half a cup. Okay, wait. Let's do it. We're gonna use and it'll smear on peppermint. But I'm going to use eighth a cup of both of these. Eighth a cup. Whew! It's confusing. Magnesium. Where was the magnesium? Where's my freaking clove, man? So here's our. What was it? Hi guys, it's Little Lem's Apotheca, and today we are going to make a stick deodorant with magnesium hydroxide, the best deodorant I've ever used, natural.